I am Kristen Kalina, the owner of Mastermind Adventures. If you are new to us, then you should know that Mastermind Adventures is a team of creative professionals who are conquering isolation and loneliness by building community through play. Today, I'm going to talk to you about imposter syndrome. This is something that I struggle with all the time as a woman entrepreneur in the gaming industry. I'd love it if you would share this video with someone who needs to try something new. So let's talk about the elephant who stomps through the room of our mind whenever stepping out of our comfort zone is involved. It happens to almost all of us. The self-consciousness of being new to something or appearing silly or just not good enough. There are so many ugly little voices that rear in our heads telling us that we can't do something or that we're too late or too different or too inexperienced. So I want to tell you a story about some magical girls. In 2019, my cousin Allie and I wanted to teach our moms to play Dungeons and Dragons. We thought that it would be a really great way to share this experience with them, since she and I both love tabletop games. So we invited them and some of their friends to play. And something that happened over and over again as we embarked on this is that these amazing, educated, creative, accomplished women were hesitant to play because they didn't think they'd be good enough. Now, if you've never played Dungeons and Dragons before, it's a collaborative storytelling game where the players work together with the Dungeon Master to create an adventure. The Dungeon Master describes the world and knows the framework of the storyline before they get started. And then you as players describe how you interact with the world and each other. You can make choices about how your character might use a special ability, and then you roll dice to see if your attempts are successful. This particular adventure was called Magical Girls because it took place in a high fantasy world created by my cousin Allie. And we had an absolute blast. And by the end of each game, the women who were first-time players could not wait to play again. And they were surprised by how well they did and how much fun that they had. So if you're just joining us, my name is Kristen and I'm the owner of Mastermind Adventures. Today, I'm talking about imposter syndrome, and I just finished telling our story about our Magical Girls Dungeons and Dragons adventure that my cousin and I played with our moms and some of their friends. So why am I telling you about that? Well, because I think that there are so many people who would enjoy playing a tabletop role-playing game like Dungeons and Dragons, but they don't know where to start. They don't have anyone nearby who can help them. Or even worse, they're just afraid to try because of imposter syndrome and the fear of looking silly. But by not trying, you're really cheating yourself out of what could be a really wonderful and amazing experience. So that being said, I don't think that all Dungeons and Dragons games are created equal. And the D&D community can be a wonderful and welcoming and embracing place. But in an effort to create an even more inclusive space, we have found some of the best dungeon masters in the country who will guide new players through their first experiences with patience and kindness, no matter what the age of the player. I've experienced feeling intimidated, and there have been times that has stopped me from growing and learning something new. So I want you to know that you are not alone. I had to realize that life was too short to let my imposter syndrome win. And I've seen what can happen when we lend a hand to help others to take steps to overcome their fears. So what is imposter syndrome keeping you from trying? If you've always wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons, or if your kid is begging you to learn how to play, we want to be here to help you. So to wrap things up, I just want to say adventurer imposter syndrome is the worst, and it can rob you from trying things that would really bring you joy. You don't have to go it alone. We will be here with you every step of the way. You can schedule a time with one of our adventure specialists, or you can book a free consultation with any of our dungeon masters, and that will help you spend less time and money on getting the wrong fit. Thank you so much for listening to me today, and I hope this helped you feel a little more brave. I have your back, and I know that you can do it. I'll be here next week to talk about aha moments. If you have any topics that you want me to discuss, please message me or drop a comment below. And if you're looking for a high quality programming or a tabletop role-playing game for any age, you can book time with me or one of our adventure specialists, and we will ask some questions to help us make personalized recommendations for you to help you find your perfect fit. We are here for you because you've always wanted to play. We'll see you next week.